Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to geek out today a little bit on my LsL Mongrel. Now, I have tried to build something like this from parts for a couple years now, and I've loved some of them that I've built, but nobody has designed this as well as what LsL has done straight from the manufacturer. My goal was to take what I love about Teles and what I love about Strats and put it into one guitar. So I've done that in two directions. One, start with the Tele. And what I'll usually add on the Tele, they already have here, and that's going to be that forearm contour. I don't always add the belly cut, but I have on a Tele. The other things that I add on a Tele is I'm going to add a middle pickup. The reason why, it's not that I use the middle pickup all the time, because quite frankly, in the middle, I love these two outside pickups together on a Tele. That's one of my favorite Tele sounds. But what I love on a Strat is position 2 and 4 when you're combining the neck in the middle or the middle and the bridge. And a Tele's just not going to do that well. So I tend to like to have these so that when it's a 5-way, when it's in the middle, it's the 2 outer, and then everything else is standard to Strat. So a couple other things that I would do when I went the opposite direction, and I would start with the Strat and try to make it a little more Tele. When I'm going Strat, the first thing I need to do is I need to find a body that will allow me to do a hardtail. Now, on a hardtail Strat, the hard thing is I don't love the Strat bridge. I love the Tele bridge, and I love these brass saddles. The other thing about a Tele that I like is going to be the bridge pickup over the Strat. Then from there, the last thing that I'll mention about the Tele that I really love is I love one volume and one tone. And they've kind of knocked everything that you notice that I'm saying that I love, they've kind of knocked it out of the park on this. I also do like when you're on a 5-way pickup selector. If it's 3-way, I don't care. But if it's a 5-way, when you are strumming, it's real easy to bump that 5-way pickup selector and you knock it out of position. When it's 3-way, the throw is longer, so you got to hit it pretty reasonably hard to throw it out of the pickup selector. But on a 5-way, you tend to do that on a little more regular basis if you're, doing a funky wide strum. So I like to turn this electronic panel around, so it's volume, tone, and then the pickup selector. Now, some Teles from Fender, they do that, or you can have that done, but that's the way that this one already comes. So a couple things you're going to notice about this guitar as well. The top half of this is 100% Strat. I mean, through and through, there's no doubt about it. It's a hardtail Strat on the top. On the bottom, that is going to be the horn. That is going to be the flat surface that you see on every Tele. And so they've kind of perfectly combined that. So when I was doing my conversions on the Teles to make them a little more Strat, and my conversion on the Strat to make it a little more Tele, I could never quite get this the way that LsL has done right from the manufacturer. And I love what they've done on this. Now, the neck, I'm a huge fan of their necks. The shape of it just fits my hand. I mean, necks are a very personal thing. They're great on their fretwork. I mean, it's kind of hard to go wrong with LsL. They're an amazing, amazing manufacturer. So I only changed 3 things on this, 3 very small mods from the manufacturer. First of all, every time I get a guitar with a plastic pickguard, I'm gonna replace that with wood. I absolutely love wood pickguards. And then what was nice, just a nice benefit of this is a transparent color. I don't know if you can see that on video. It's also relict, so it's got a really nice old feel and look. It just feels like it's been played for years. But this wood grain goes really well with the wood grain on the guitar. So I just love that look. The other thing that I changed was going to be cosmetic, and that is this volume and tone knobs. They have aged brass saddles on here. Nothing new, nothing shiny. It's supposed to look old school. And I was able to find some old school relict volume and tone knobs that were brass, just so that it would kind of fit with the bridge. Then the last thing that I did is, these look exactly like the tuners that came on this guitar, and the tuners that came on the guitar are fantastic. I mean, these typically go for, if you want to custom order one of these from LsL, I think they're close to about $3,500, $3,400 to $3,600. And I ended up finding this one used for $2,000, and I adore it. It's worth every penny. And what I changed is I actually went with the old school locking, old school looking locking tuners. I like locking tuners. They look just like the ones that LsL had on there. They're just locking. That's the only difference on there. There's a little bit of flame in the neck, which is nice. And then the only other thing that I think anybody would care about if you're getting geeky on these guitars is kind of like I've owned a Sir. I loved my Sir, and what they did is they kind of changed the contour back here. LsL does something very similar. It does kind of dive in just a little bit, and then it rounds off the corner. So it's very comfortable if anybody likes to play up high. And the last thing that I will mention on this is these pickups. I believe that they are manufactured by LsL. I just forgot the name of them, but if you go to their website, you will see it. And I'm telling you, that's one thing about guitars. I don't even care if I love the pickups because you can always switch pickups out. You gotta love the neck. You gotta love a couple of those things. But the pickups you can always change. I don't think I will ever change these pickups. These are fantastic. I love these pickups. So that's kind of my LsL Mongrel. Funny little fact about LsL, every guitar that leaves the factory, they actually name it. Now, I've named this Stele, and the reason why is because I'm thinking Strat and Tele, so it's Stele, and we used to have a dog, so it's kind of a personal name for the family here, for my wife and I, is our dog's name was Stella. We used to call her Stele, so this is Stele. But they name every guitar when it leaves the manufacturer, and you can see this one was named Kendra. So that's her middle name, I guess. Stele Kendra Breckheimer. But very, very, very happy with her. All the mods are done, which was 2 cosmetic. One was a little bit more than cosmetic, and I absolutely love it. So anyways, shout out to LsL. They're amazing. Will I own another LsL? I have a feeling I will. At some point, I've got a couple other ideas, and I had already reached out to them about having another guitar built at some point. And the ideas I had, they were all for. Love what they do here. But it'll be very similar to this. It'll probably be a rosewood neck version of this with 2 Strat pickups. And I did ask them about them actually cutting the wood pickguard. They said they would recommend that I have my other guy do it because he's already been proven to do a pretty good job about it. But that would be my next LsL. Almost this identical thing, rosewood with 2 Strat pickups and then a Tele in the bridge. But I'm a big fan now of LsL, and this guitar is everything I had hoped it would be. Hope you enjoy. Have a great day.